Hi Capricorn, welcome to September 2015. In September, you're going to be focused on what gives your life meaning, what gives your life significance. There's a lot happening in September. It astrologically is a very busy month. And for you, your ruling planet Saturn moves back into Sagittarius on the 17th. And will be in Sagittarius until solstice, winter solstice 2017. In Sagittarius, it is about you completing things, finishing things up. When he enters your sign, it will be a time of new beginnings for you, new responsibilities, and new achievements. And so when he's in the last sign before our own sign, and for you that's Sagittarius, this is a time to finish up the last 30-year cycle of your life. Now, if you're only 21, it would be the last 21 years. So Saturn moves in cycles that go from 28 to 29 years or 30 years. And so this is over the next couple of years, and I do talk a lot about this in the year ahead for Capricorn. This is a time for you to complete things, finish things, complete anything that has been unfinished with you for a long time, so that when Saturn moves into Capricorn, you're ready for whatever your heart's desire, career achievement, success, new beginnings, new relationships. Now, that doesn't mean those things can't happen now. So I'm not saying you have to wait 2 years. But what I'm saying is, and you probably notice this already with Saturn have been in Sagittarius for a short period of time this year, is that you are in a cycle of completing things. And it's not necessarily the most fruitful time for starting new things that are very different from what you've been doing. So if you've been in school and you're continuing to be in school, but you're going to a new school, that's fine, because it's still in a continuation of what you've been doing. If you've been in product management and you're moving to a new company because it's a better pay, better work environment, you're still in project management or product management, yes. So in other words, it's about continuing what you've been doing, and if you want to make a new start, you can. Now, like I said, this is a really busy month. There is a very powerful Virgo new moon partial solar eclipse on the 13th. Even though it's partial, it's still going to have a lot of power behind it. So the sun and the moon are coupled in Virgo, and for you, that's in the area of what gives your life meaning, what gives your life purpose. It is a wonderful area of life. It is about expansion of consciousness, long distance travel, your truth, your wisdom, future vision, your beliefs. This is a great time to look at what you believe, right? So if you believe that certain things were supposed to happen for you and they haven't, then this is an energy to look at, okay, am I just frustrating myself, right? Is my impatience getting in the way of what I want? Desire, passion minus resistance equals deliberate creation. And so timing is everything. Not just your timing, but if you're waiting on, say, a soulmate, it's his timing, her timing as well, or a new job. When you step into a new job, they have their astrology too. They have their own timing. So it's not just your timing. And so when you're feeling frustrated or held back, that things aren't happening as fast for you, then you want to let that go, because that creates resistance. And when you're resisting, you're not in the flow of what you want. You're focused on what you don't have. You're focused on what's not happening. And when you do that, you're pushing away what you want. So it's not just your unique individual timing, it's what you're waiting for. In other words, if it's another person or if it's a new job opportunity, they have their own timing. They have their own astrology, and it has to be the right time for them to bring you in. You don't want to be brought into a company before they're ready to bring you in, because you just step into a madhouse. And so you want to be patient with your process and trust that everything is happening for you in divine timing, and that everything's okay, that all is well. It may not be exactly the way you want it, but the present is going to get you to where you want to be. The present is going to get you to where you want to go. And that's what you want to remember. Now, this Virgo new moon solar eclipse on the 13th is actually very positive for you. So you are going to be one of the few signs in September that actually has a lot of positive energy being beamed at you. Virgo is a sister sign, and it pours positive energy into any planets you have in Capricorn. Your sun in Capricorn, moon in Capricorn, ascendant Capricorn, and so on. So it's a very positive energy for you. And it is about you expanding your consciousness and getting out of your own way so that you can feel that you're in the flow, that what you want is coming to you. And, staying positive about your future, staying positive about your goals, staying positive about where you're going and what you're doing. Very important for all of us is to stay focused on what's working, what's good in your life, and that attracts more good. That attracts more of what you want, more abundance, more love, good health. September is going to be crazy because we're in eclipse season and Mercury's going retrograde. So September I don't see as a time where it's good to start a new job, make major decisions, because you just don't have all the facts. And when Mercury goes retrograde, people go into their subconscious. And it's like we're in dream state. Even though we're all walking around driving cars, it's pretty hairy. And eclipses are like that as well. People are eclipsed. So we're being reset in September. There's a big reset happening. And as a result of that reset, it's not the time to make major decisions or new beginnings. It's really a time to look at, for you, the Virgo is happening in the area of what you believe. We don't get what we want. We get what we believe. What do you believe is possible for you? What do you believe you can do? What is your capabilities? And so this is the time to look at what's been holding you up. Is it that you have this, false belief of limitation, or a belief that you don't deserve something? This is a good time to take a look at this. Now, Chiron is opposing the Virgo. Chiron acts like a planet in your astrology. He is the bridge between Saturn, the past, and Uranus, the future. So he sits right next to your ruling planet. Now, he's in Pisces, and Pisces sextiles Capricorn. So that's more positive energy for you. Now, maybe some of you have been really stressing out, and you're going to notice this in September, that you want to take that stress level down. Don't overwork yourself. Don't overthink, okay? Because it is happening in the mental quadrant of your life, with Pisces ruling the conscious mind and Virgo ruling the higher mind. This is highly active and very powerful, intense, and you could overload your nervous system. So make sure you're getting plenty of rest, you're taking time for yourself, you're taking time out from work and doing. Remember, you're a human being, you're not a human doing. And so that you are, healing yourself, healing your mind, healing your nervous system, right? And the spinal. And so, this is really important because Mercury is the ruling planet of Virgo. Chiron is the modern ruler of Virgo. And Mercury is being challenged by Pluto. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But Uranus, the awakener, is in conjunct this solar eclipse in Virgo. And so there may be some sort of adjustment you need to make in order for you to have this expansion of consciousness, or expansion of your life, or expansion of abundance, or expansion of whatever you're going for. Uranus is in the area of your foundation, your personal power. For some of you, do you need to move? For some of you, did you already move? Do you need, what changes do you need to make in the home in order for you to achieve what you want in the world? Whether it's through education, publication, broadcasting, podcasting, using the internet to expand your message throughout the planet. What do you need to change at home so that you can reach those goals in the world, so that you can go on to higher college, go on to teaching, go on to travel, go on to expanding your business, go on, it's showing me that some of you need more training in something, some of you need more world travel, some of you need to amp up your skills so that you can go to the next level in your work. Okay, because as we move from Virgo into Libra, Libra rules your destiny in the world, your reputation in the world, your profession in the world. In Virgo, it's saying, hey, what adjustments do you need to make so that you can start that new business or get promoted in what you're doing? Do you need more training? Do you need to amp up your skills? Do you need to do more research into something so that you are taking advantage of the Libra energy, especially next month when the new moon happens in this area for you? You get one new moon a year, and that's going to happen in this area of your career, legacy, work in the world, reputation in the world. So there's a lot happening in September, and again, eclipses are the most powerful transit you can experience. They herald major completions, endings, and beginnings. So there's a new beginning happening in your spirituality, your higher consciousness, right? Maybe for some of you, you're coming into this guru phase where you're just like, figuring out the meaning of life, the theory of everything. And you're saying, that's what truly matters to me. What is really significant? Everything here is temporary. What's really significant to me? What's really important to me? What truly matters to me? And that's the real big message here for you in September. Now, Mercury is the ruling planet of Virgo, and Mercury is going retrograde September 17th through October 9th in Libra. Now, for you, this is in the area of your reputation in the world, your profession in the world, your achievement in the world, your passion about what you're doing in the world. And Mercury is going to be in Libra 66 days, from August 27th through November 1st. I think it has to do with what we need, to change in the world. We need more balance. Libra rules balance. Libra rules fairness. And Libra rules justice. Of course, it rules relationships too. And so there is this massive need and transformation for justice in banking, justice in government, justice in the legal system. And so there's this huge focus happening here in this Libra area, and for you it has to do with what you do in the world. Now Mercury is going to square off with powerful Pluto in Capricorn, and Pluto goes direct on the 25th. This is good. It gives you even more power. So you've got Pluto in your own sign, which gives you tremendous power. And with Mercury squaring off with Pluto, Mercury's going to square off with Pluto September 9th, September 24th, and October 22nd. This is about the balance of power here in your relationships. And Pluto is about power. How you get power, how you use power, how you keep your power, or how are you giving your power away? Okay? You can give your power away by thinking you're supposed to be somewhere else, by thinking you should have something else by now, right? That's giving your power away to the externals. You want to live your life from the inside out. Draw your value from your inner world, your inner life. Now, that doesn't mean you don't want for things, but you don't want them to run you, because everything outside is temporary, right? You know, fame is, comes and goes. 1 minute you're the flavor of the month, the next minute you're not. And so all of these things are temporary, but what lasts forever is love. What lasts forever is the expansion of consciousness. That's what you take with you when you go, is the love and your consciousness. And so everything else is, yes, we want to have, great relationship, great work, great living location. Nothing wrong with wanting for those things, but when you don't have what you think you should have at the time of now, then don't let that get in the way and give your power away to, what you think you're supposed to have today. Okay, and especially in September, because September is not, and I'm saying this for all signs, okay, it's not the best time to make any major decisions. It's not the time to start a new relationship. I mean, you can, but it's very, it's a weird month because you have the final eclipses of the year of 2015, and Mercury is retrograde in Libra being squared by Pluto, and that is about power struggles. So you may be looking at, what's fair for you at work, okay? And justice, are you appreciated where you work? Are you getting what you want from the job you're in? Are you getting your needs met? Are you getting, the value that you deserve from where you work or the business you own? Okay, so you're going to have a lot of opportunity here to rethink, redo, reevaluate your strategies in your career so that you can take advantage of this energy and do what's right for you. Do what nurtures you. Now, the sun will enter Libra on the 23rd, and we have happy spring in the southern hemisphere, happy fall in the northern hemisphere. And so this is the fall equinox. So look how powerful this month is. I think the equinoxes and the solstices are the most powerful days of the year. They shift the seasons. And you have 2 eclipses, we have Mercury retrograde. So this is a game-changing month. There's going to be a lot happening in the world. And when the sun is eclipsed, leaders fall, right? Because the sun represents people in power, people of fame, people in leadership position, maybe even people we don't know about, like some of these bankers that, manipulate behind the scenes. Heads are going to roll this month. And it's appropriate because we need justice. We need justice in banking. We need to restore the integrity, your key word, Capricorn. We need to restore the integrity in our systems. And this needs to happen. And maybe it needs to happen where you work, that there needs to be more integrity. There needs to be more fairness and balance and justice. And so this has to happen. September is going to be a stormy month. And there's going to be a lot happening. Some are saying the stock market's going to correct 10%. Anything's possible, especially with these energies. And so this is the time for you to really look at what truly matters to me. What gives my life meaning? What gives my life purpose? What gives my life significance? Now, Mars enters Virgo on the 24th. This is very good for you because Mars is climbing to the top of the chart, and Mars is your energy and drive, and now it's in your sister sign, empowering you, creating opportunity for you, and it's very good for Capricorn. Very good. And the Sun and the Moon will sextile Saturn on the 24th. I like the 24th, even though Mercury is being challenged by Pluto that day. Venus is trining Uranus that day. The Sun and the Moon are sextiling Saturn that day. I like the 24th. Pluto goes direct on the 25th. This is very good because he's in your sign. This means you can move forward in your plans and the things that you're doing. But again, I would wait. If you can wait till October 10th, that's the time to sign a new contract, get major work done, you know, surgery, buy a house, buy a car, move, okay? You don't want to do it when Mercury's retrograde because it's crazy right now. We're in eclipse season. And with Mercury retrograde, it's just not the best time to start something new because whatever you start, you're going to have to redo later and completely redo. Right? So you get married, you'll get divorced. You start a job, you'll quit the job. You'll leave the job. So if you can wait till October 10th, Mercury's direct. He's out of the retrograde cycle. He's flying forward. We're out of eclipse season. You know, I think October is going to be amazing, and November and December. And, you know, however, we just, you know, we're going to get past this September month. It could be a great month. You know, for you, there's a lot of positive energy, right? Because Virgo's your sister sign. And Pluto's moving forward. Saturn is moving forward. And so, you know, for you, it's a lot easier. Now, Mars is going to square Saturn on the 26th. This may bring to your attention, you know, what's stirring in the subconscious, what's stirring below the surface that's holding you back from finishing something or getting to the next level of what you want, right? So you're going to have an opportunity to look at what is in the way of you achieving your goals. Now, if you're feeling frustrated, go for a walk. Do something physical. It's a great way to channel the energy, and then it's released. You don't want to hold frustration in because, you know, it's not healthy, and it's not good for your body. Now, you end September with the Aries full moon total lunar eclipse on the 27th. This is a very powerful lunar eclipse. Now, it's not being exactly T-squared by Pluto, but as the day goes on, the moon does get challenged by Pluto. And then a few days later, the sun is challenged by Pluto. So this is going to be a very intense ending to September. And for you, the eclipse is happening in the area of your foundation, your inner being, your home, your soul power, your personal power, how you create security for yourself, emotional security, physical security, financial security. For some of you, you may be moving. For some of you, people may be moving out of where you live. Children may be moving on. This is the time to look at what you need to change in order for you to achieve your goals in the world. Libra rules your destiny in the world. Aries rules your foundation. The stronger the foundation, the more you can achieve in the world, the more you can make happen. Now, Saturn, your ruling planet, is in harmony with the Aries lunar eclipse. It's trining the moon and sextiling the sun in your career achievement. So you could be moving up in September. You could, you know, like one guy gets fired and then they step up and they say to you, take his place. So the next thing you know, you're the CEO or CFO, or you're in some sort of leadership position that you didn't plan on, that you're now in charge of this group of people, you're now in charge of this project, you're now in charge of something, and it's showtime. So, if that kind of serendipity happens, you need to take it. You can always change it up later because Mercury is retrograde. However, Capricorn, this is a strong month for you. It's going to be a weird month for all of us, and there's going to be a lot happening in the politics, in the stock markets, in the economies, because the powers are shifting so that we can bring more justice into all of the systems, and those systems affect our lives. And it can also touch us personally in the places we work, and in families, and in personal relationships. And so it's a big month. It's a game-changing month. There's a lot happening. And for you, it's about doing what gives you emotional fulfillment, feeding your feelings, doing what nourishes and nurtures you, doing what empowers you, doing what makes you feel strong. Now, for those of you looking for love, I'm not really seeing it this month. Doesn't mean it can't happen. Just because I don't see it doesn't mean it can't happen. I see, a big focus on your foundation and your spirituality and your work. I'm not seeing any challenges in the money area for you. There isn't anything holding that up. Spiritually, it's off the charts. So this really is the time for you to get it on with God and really merge with your higher self, merge with your higher power. That's what it's all about. And there will be a lot of good things happening for you this month. And it is the time to really focus on your destiny in the world, especially by the third week here, by the equinox. And then, of course, going into October is going to be, Rocktober for you in your career advancement and achievement. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing, and Google Plussing my podcast, Capricorn. You're so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock! And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. You go to the link below, you go to my astrology service page, you purchase your session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule, and you're scheduled. Or if you're interested in coaching, you want to focus on a new business or career advancement or a relationship, it's very easy. You go to the link below, it takes you to my coaching page, you purchase your session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule, and you're scheduled. So until next time, Capricorn, this month, focus on what gives you meaning, what gives your life significance.